back in the same chair. Good luck.
It's a good luck chair.
That's right. Stick with the formula. All right, welcome back. After the pool play is over, KC advances with Minnesota to play the final game. Boys get an extra game this weekend, which is great. 5th game of the weekend. 2 games against Omaha Mavs Black, and this is the 3rd game against the Rochester, Minnesota Mustangs. The 52nd game of the season for Kansas City, and the final game of the regular season. Definitely been a fun ride. Sad to see it end. It's the nature of hockey. Half the kids generally move up anyway. It's a different crew every year from that respect. Also, a few folks moving out of town after the season's over, so end of the ride for this crew. It's been a fun year. Countless miles, lots of memories. Sad to see it end. These kids have been going at it since they made the team after the July tryouts and started practicing in August of 2022 all the way till now. Win or lose, this is the last game of the season. The boys laid on the line right here. Stutzer in net for Kansas City. Barron and McClin on defense. Smith will take the face-off with Bakta and Weisner. Mustangs control the face-off. They dump it into Kansas City's zone. It'll bounce behind the net. Picked up by McClin, trying to slide around looking for Weisner. Jammed up with the referee there. Comes back to the point. Mustangs keep it alive, but a good poke check by Smith. He clears the zone. Mustangs dump it right back in. Barron chasing after it. We'll slide it over to the far corner, looking for Weisner. Plays it right back over to Barron. Barron rushing up the left side through center ice, trying to get around some traffic. Bakta hanging out on the blue line to stay on sides. Barron trying to get through some traffic. Poke checked away. Mustangs rush up the other direction. Slap shot, glove save. Stutzer hangs onto it. First whistle of the game. Hargadine takes the face-off. Controlled by Minnesota. Quick shot. Right leg pad saved by Stutzer. Puck kicks behind the net. Hargadine trying to flip it up to JC. JC clearing the zone. Got Weisner. Howard on the left wing. JC pushes it up just under the red line and dumps it in. Mustangs goalie plays it behind his own net. Flip pass up the center ice. Phillips and Weisner back for Kansas City. Weisner forces his man to the outside with a good stick check. JC picks up a loose puck. Plays it over to Hargadine, who chips it around one defender, trying to get through one more. Plays through some traffic, gets tripped up. Lost an edge. Howard and JC battling on the near side. Mustangs come away with it. They push across the blue line, entering the KC zone. Weisner forces him wide. Centering pass right in front, banged on by Mustangs player right in the crease, but Stutzer had a stick on it and kicked it out. Rebound kicks into the far corner. Quick shot, tough angle, saved by Stutzer and cleared out by Howard. It comes back to the right point. Howard bodies up his man. Centering pass kicked aside by Johnson. Comes back to the left D with shot by the Mustangs. Turned aside by Stutzer. Mustangs will slide it behind the net. Phillips chasing after it. Phillips and Howard on the far side battling. The Mustangs will play it back to the right D. Over to the left D. Open, top of the circle. Shot, saved by Stutzer. We'll hang on to that. Get another face-off just to the right of Stutzer. Johnson will take the face-off. Myers and Brown are your wingers. Mustangs control the face-off, back to the right point. Shot flutters. right on target. Stutzer gloves that one. We'll get another face-off. Only 5 seconds ticked off the clock there. Quick face-off win by the Mustangs. Quick shot and another face-off. Mustangs win it again. Back to the left D, over to the right D. Misplayed the pass. Myers with forecheck pressure there on a stick check. Johnson trying to play it up to Myers, trying to clear the zone. It's kept in by the Mustangs at the blue line. Johnson chases after it. Backhand pass over to Hill behind his own net. Hill plays it up to Myers. Myers trying to poke it out of the zone, but kept in again by the right D at the point. Mustangs pick up a loose puck. Shot saved by Stutzer. They got into the crease. Quick shot. Or into the slot, I should say, and a quick shot, but turned aside by Stutzer. Johnson carries it up the right side. Tries to flip it in the zone, but it's turned aside by the Mustangs. They'll dump it back into Kansas City zone. Hill picks it up. Hill plays it over to Brown off the boards. Just out of his reach, though. Mustangs will regroup at their own blue line. Circling around through center ice. Good poke check by Myers. Myers will backhand it into zone. Head back to the bench for a line change. Johnson chasing after it. Brown there as well. Mustangs will play it out the left side. Cross ice pass back to the right side. Through the neutral zone. Crossed over the blue line. Bouncing shot got tipped. Goes wide behind Stutzer. Barron digs it out of some traffic. Circling behind his own net. Trying to play it off the boards looking for Dungy, but intercepted by the Mustangs. They'll play it back to the right point. Shot. Stick check. Dungy or Johnson got a stick on it, and Johnson flips it out and heads to the bench. Dungy chasing after it. Mustangs player will circle around just short of his own net. He'll play it off the boards and out of the zone. Picked up right at the red line. Streaking winger. Over the blue line, but poke checked right back by Kansas City. Smith in pursuit. Mustangs play it out, picked off by Dungy. Dungy over the blue line. Trying to circle around some traffic. He's got Smith and Weisner. Plays it right in front, turned aside by the goalie. Weisner on the left side of the net, trying to get it in front. Loose puck trickles out, top of the circle. McClin trying to keep it alive, but the Mustangs will chip it out. Barron regroups, sends it back, chips it over the blue line. Mustangs skate through some traffic there on the far side. A couple stick checks by Kansas City. They wave off icing. KC on a line change. Hargadine comes on with Bachta and Howard. Outlet pass, jumped by Howard. Taps it over to Hargadine. Hargadine streaking through the face-off circles, forced wide right. Trying to get a centering pass over to Howard right in front. Loose puck in front. Bachta taking a crack at it. Eventually covered up by the goalie there. A little opportunity. The puck trickled over to the back door. Bachta was there. Rebound was covered up by the goalie. Get a face-off. 9:07 remaining. Hargadine, Howard, and Bachta are your forwards. Barron, Landon Weisner on defense. Mustangs control the face-off. They try to clear it out. It's kept in by Hargadine on the far boards. Bachta chips it back down low. Howard picks up the puck, trying to find a centering option. Bachta there as well. A couple Mustang players flip it back to the point, but it comes back to Barron. Quickly plays it over to Landon Weisner. Quick shot, blocker save. Knocked down in front and cleared out by the Mustang defense. Mustangs carried up and out of the zone, across the red line, and dump it in. Bachta behind his own net, trying to clear it out. Comes right in front, kicked aside by Barron. McClin plays it out to Hargadine. Hargadine looking for Bachta. Bachta across the blue line, tied up with a Mustang player on the near side. Weisner flips it back. Howard and Weisner trying to clear it out. Picked off, I should say, by the Mustangs. They come down to the Kansas City zone to get a penalty here. Howard heads to the box. I think they call it tripping. KC on the penalty kill here. Just over 8 minutes remaining in the first. Johnson to take the face-off. Logan Weisner on the wing, and Powell and Hill on defense. Mustangs control the face-off. They play it back to the left D. They drop it back down low, but an errant pass picked up by Powell. Powell turns around, fires it the other direction, trying to find Johnson. This puck picked up by Johnson, trying to flip it out of the zone. Powell is there as well. Powell backhands it up, but not quite out of the zone. Kept in by the Mustangs. They chip it back down low. Hill chasing after it. Hill picks up the puck behind his own net. Poke check by the Mustangs. Break up the clearing attempt. Powell trying to play it off the boards, looking for Johnson. He clears the zone, bangs it into the center ice. Johnson chasing after it. Minute and a half remaining on the penalty. Clearing attempt doesn't get out. Weisner keeps it in. Mustangs regroup up the left side through the neutral zone. Looking for a centering pass right in front. Great backdoor opportunity, but they pass behind him. Slap shot on the rebound. All the way from the right point. It goes wide. This puck picked up by Weisner. He'll bang it off the boards, looking for Johnson on the far side. Just out of his reach, but it does clear the zone. Johnson with good pressure there. Casey on a line change. Smith on the ice. Poke check, sends the puck back to the point. Trying to set something up right in front, and they score. They slide the puck to the back door. Quick one-timer right over Stetzer's glove side shoulder. Mustangs strike first on the power play goal. Just under 7 minutes remaining. Mustangs go up 1-0. Smith will take the face-off. Dungy and Myers are your wingers. Barron chips it ahead to Dungy. Dungy on the left side, trying to play it off the boards and around some traffic. Pinched in, though, by the Mustangs. Dungy kicks it ahead to himself and then over to Smith. Smith chasing after, going into the corner. Smith gets taken down. That'll be an interference call on the Mustangs. Smith trying to skate around the traffic. Interfered with by the Mustangs player. That puts Kansas City on the man advantage now. Mustangs player pleading his case. Didn't agree with the call.
Let's go, KC!
Let's see if Kansas City can answer here with a power play goal of their own. Hargadine to take the face-off with Howard and JC. Weisner and Barron are your defensemen. Casey wins the face-off over to JC. Back to Barron. Back over to Weisner. Down low to JC. Circling around, trying to free up some space. Carry it behind the net. Hargadine digs it out. Hargadine circling in the far corner. Around the face-off circle. He'll drop it for Barron. Quick snapshot by Barron. Doesn't get through the traffic. Blocked by the defenseman. He plays it back down low, trying to find Howard. Mustangs try to flip it out. Comes back to the point. Kept alive by Barron. Barron plays it over to Weisner. Back down low. He'll circle around, trying to find Hargadine. Howard and Hargadine there. Comes back to the point. Snapshot by Barron. Glove save. Mustangs. Goalie hangs on to it. 1:19 remaining in the power play. KC will switch it up. Logan Weisner, Johnson, and Smith on the ice. Landon Weisner and Barron still on defense. 5:48 remaining. 1:19 in the power play. Johnson plays it back to the point for Barron. Quick snapshot looking for a rebound or a redirect right in front. Loose puck in front. Covered up by the goalie. Couple good cracks at it there. KC trying to stuff one in. .107 on the power play. KC wins it. They play it back to Barron on the point. Back down low to Smith. Back up top to Barron. Barron trying to find a lane here for a shot. Fires, looking for a tip. Right off the stick of Johnson, goes wide. Johnson working behind the net. He'll play it over to Logan Weisner. Back to his brother Landon Weisner. Down low to Logan. Johnson there as well. Mustangs pick it up and they'll flip it out of the zone. 40 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. And the Mustangs ice it. 37 seconds officially remaining. Face-off comes back down in the Minnesota zone. Minnesota switching it up. Different goalie as well for this game. A little bit taller, bigger goalie, feels the net more than the one they faced in the previous game. Hargadine to take the face-off. ties up his man. Mustangs come away with it. Howard and JC are your wingers. Clearing attempt by Minnesota comes back to the point, but kept in by Hill. He plays it back down low to Hargadine. Hargadine down to the face-off circle, trying to get around some traffic. Plays it behind the net. Into the near corner. There's another stoppage in play here. Let's see what the call is. Looks like they've got Howard going to the box. KC 4-on-4 hockey here for 14 seconds, and then Kansas City will be on the penalty kill after that. Hargadine wins the faceoff. Powell picks it up behind his own net, slides it around for JC. JC trying to clear it out, comes right on top of the blue line, but kept in, then cleared out by JC. Mustangs will reset. They play it over to the far side, just into the zone. Hill chips it ahead to Hargadine. Hargadine over to JC on the right side. KC on the penalty kill now. JC will dump it down offsides, though. Hargadine just ahead of the play. Offsides, Kansas City. 4:21 remaining and 1:38 on the penalty kill for KC. Smith and Bachta are your forwards. Powell and Hill on defense. Mustangs control the faceoff. Back to the D, up into the neutral zone. Chip it ahead into the Kansas City zone, but Smith is there. He plays it off the boards and clears the zone for KC. D to D for Mustangs, picked off by Smith at center ice. Bachta there to send it back into the Mustang zone. They'll regroup on their own blue line. Outlet pass to the right side. Mustangs into the Kansas City zone, right back between the circles. Quick shot, leg pad saved by Stutzer. Puck kicks into the near corner. Powell bodies up the man in the corner. Trying to get a centering pass. Chips over to the far corner. Hill is there. Hill ties up his man. Another Mustangs player picks up the loose puck. Tough angle shot. Goes wide behind the net. Got a penalty here. I'm not sure who they're going to call it on. Not sure if they're both going or if it's just Hill. But I've got both doors open. Offsetting penalties here. 51 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for Kansas City. Mustangs control. They play it back to the right D. Over the left D. Quick shot on target, and they score. Just inside the right post. Snuck it in. Stutzer had his leg out, but just small gap there between the leg pad and the right post. A low shot sneaks in, and Rochester goes up 2-0 on the power play goal. Back to full strength. KC clawed back from a 4-1 deficit in game number 1 this morning. Let's see if they can fight back here. Johnson taking the face-off. Myers and Dungy. Wisner and Phillips on defense. Loose puck picked up after the face-off by the Mustangs. Phillips rushes in and chips it back into the neutral zone. Mustangs regroup. They dump it in on the left side. Chip out to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Mustangs send it back in. Myers in the far corner. Mustangs dig it out. A couple poke checks there by KC, and they chip it away. Johnson comes away with it. Johnson kicks it ahead to himself. He's got Myers in tow on the left side. Shovel pass over to Myers on the left side, trying to get it back to Johnson in the slot. Puck caroms into the near corner. Dungy trying to dig it out. The Mustangs come away with it. They push up the right side, or the left side. Cross-ice pass interrupted by Phillips. Mustangs come away with it, though. Wisner back, interrupts that pass. Good poke check by Wisner. Mustangs regroup, back at the blue line. Quick shot blocked. Another loose puck trickles through the crease. Mustang trying to get a centering pass that slides all the way through. Myers takes down a man in the slot. Loose puck comes back to the point. Shot blocked by Myers. Mustangs play it back down low. Phillips chasing after the man. Centering pass turned aside by Weisner, and then Johnson bangs it up to the blue line, and it bounces out of the zone. KC clears it. Line change, Kansas City. Mustangs quickly back over the blue line. Weisner breaks up the pass. Another centering attempt, though, goes all the way through the crease. Logan Weisner on the far side. He'll chip it up looking for Brown. Just under Brown's stick, but it clears the zone. Smith chasing after it. Sauce pass by the Mustangs over the stick traffic. They come away with it. McClin back on D. Toe drag by the Mustangs. It slides through the crease. Wide of the net, picked up by Weisner. He'll play it over to his brother Logan Weisner. He chips it ahead. Chasing after it was Smith. Odd man rush here, 2-on-1. Weisner trying to get it back in the slot, looking for Smith, and he scores! Kansas City's on the board. Weisner over to Smith, and I think there was a tap in by Smith. Couldn't quite tell if he got a stick on it, but appeared to be congratulating Smith on the goal there, so I think he tapped it in. Check the replay here and see. Yes, it did get over to Smith. Weisner to Smith. Minute and a half remaining. KC's on the board. Scoreboard in the arena shows 1-1, but it's 2-1. Rochester, there they go. Now they've got it updated. KC cut the lead in half, battling back. Face-off win by Smith, back to Barron. Barron over the blue line, trying to get through some traffic. Quick shot, fluttering, glove save, picked up by the goalie. Shot by Barron got poke checked by the Mustangs and fluttered up around shoulder height. Mustang goalie gloved it down. We'll get a face-off here. Barron and McClin on the defensive line. Kansas City wins it back to Barron. Quick slap shot. Goes hard off of a Mustangs player. KC trying to send it back to the point. They play it back to McClin. Back down low. It'll slide behind the net. Smith chasing after it with Brown on the wing. Mustangs try to clear it, but kept in by Barron at the point. Barron chips it back down low. Kept in again by Weisner at the point. Weisner sent it back into the far corner. Mustangs chasing after it. They try to clear it out. It does squirt all the way to the neutral zone, but it's picked up by Barron. He plays it off the boards, trying to get a little bounce pass over to Brown. Picked up by the Mustangs on their own blue line. Good poke check by Smith, breaks up the rush. Smith comes away with it. Kicks it over, trying to clear the zone, but it's picked up by the Mustangs. Quick snapshot. Didn't get much heat on it. Flutters wide left. McClin slides it around. Looking for Logan Weisner. Weisner tied up, holds up his man, and Barron is there with Smith. Smith chips it ahead, trying to get it around one last defender, but the Mustangs pick it up. No icing. Play it down in Kansas City zone, picked up by Powell. Powell looking for JC. JC gets around some traffic. Plays it over to Howard. Howard on the blue line, into the zone. Poke check by the Mustangs. KC trying to keep it alive, but that'll do it. That's the end of the first period. Time expires. A little scrum on the far side by the blue line. KC heads into the second period. Down 2-1. They find a way to claw back, cut the lead in half. First goal of the day, or first goal of the game, I should say, by Smith. Teams flip the ice. We're ready for the second period. Smith takes the face off. One player just getting off the bench for the Mustangs barely made it to the face-off in time. Kansas City controls. Weisner taps it ahead to Smith. Smith over the blue line, just across his Bacta ahead of the play. Offside's called Kansas City. Mustangs control the face-off. They play it up the left side into the neutral zone. Good poke check by Smith, breaking up that rush. Bacta there as well. Smith taps it over to Bacta, trying to get it over to Weisner, but just off of his stick into center ice. McClin plays it back, right across the blue line. Weisner forechecking. Weisner will chase his man behind the net, circling behind the Mustang goal. Smith picks his pocket, trying to come away with it. He has centering pass there. Mustangs dig it out, and they rush out and clear the zone. 3-on-2 break for the Mustangs. McClin and Barron back on defense. Pass over to the left side, broken away by Barron. Barron's got it up to Smith on the right side. Smith headed to the bench on a line change. KC just dumps it in. Hargadine chasing behind the net. Hargadine and JC on the ice with Howard. Outlet pass, Karam's off of the stick, comes back to McClin. Sauce pass from McClin. Over some traffic up to Hargadine, but couldn't get it settled. Offsides call as the Mustang player was racing to get back to the blue line, but the puck entered the zone before he got there. Offsides call. We'll get a face-off here at center ice. Pass originated here just on this side of the red line. They'll face it off.
Play your game, KC. Play your game.
Just outside the zone here. JC and Howard with Hargadine. Phillips and Weisner are your defensemen. Bouncing puck eventually controlled by Kansas City. Hargadine plays it over looking for Weisner, but a poke check by the Mustangs. Loose puck picked up by Hargadine. Trying to play it through some traffic. Bouncing puck, another poke check by the Mustangs. Phillips and Howard to the back check. Blocker saved by Stutzer. Loose puck picked up by Phillips. He scoops it out from the crease, circles around behind his own net, and plays it up to JC. Up to the blue line, but not out. They dump it back in, but it's picked off by Phillips. Phillips plays it up to Howard. They'll send it right back in, and Phillips picks it up. Sauce pass over some traffic all the way over to JC. JC up to Hargadine. He's got Howard streaking on the left side. Hargadine around some traffic, trying to get it over to Howard, but poked away at the last second. Hargadine looked up there, thought he had a tripping penalty. That player went down in front of him. Hargadine looked right up at the ref. No call. Mustangs pick it up and clear the zone. Long outlet pass picked off by Phillips at center ice. Phillips backhands it up, looking for Johnson. Johnson at the blue line. Chips it around some traffic. We got a penalty coming up here. Not sure what the call was. Been seeing slashing call. Referee calls a slash. I think it was number 14 for Minnesota. So 11 and a half minutes remaining. KC goes on the power play. See if they can get something done here. KC controls the face-off. Weisner back to Barron, just out of his reach though. They clear the zone. Mustangs will flip it all the way ahead. Played by Stutzer. Stutzer leaves it for Barron, circling behind his own net. Barron up through center ice. Plays it up for Johnson, just outside of his stick. Icing call. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. Not touched by Johnson on the pass from Barron, so that's the icing call. 1:40 remaining on the power play. Smith takes the face off. Johnson and Howard. Or Johnson and Weisner, I should say, are your forwards. Smith, Johnson, and Weisner. Drop pass for Logan Weisner. Back to Landon Weisner. Shot, blocker save, or a stick save, and it fluttered wide of the net. Smith trying to get it back out to Weisner. Weisner circling behind the net. He'll play it all the way around to his brother Landon. Weisner circling around. He'll play it over to Barron. Barron looking for a backdoor pass over to Smith. Fanned on it behind the net. Mustangs trying to clear it out. Comes back to Barron. Barron getting a shot right in front, looking for a little tip. Covered up by the Mustangs goalie. 1:05 remaining on the power play. Goalie's down. I'm sure didn't quite see any contact there, but the goalie's down. Trying to watch the replay here. I really can't tell. Looks like he maybe got knocked in the head or got a stick there on the scrum, it looks like. He was covering the puck up. And it appeared he was covering the puck up. Maybe got knocked on the side in the scrum after the fact. Back on his feet. Let's see if he stays in the game. The other goalie is still on the bench. They don't appear to be making a change, but the coach is now looking back on the bench. I'm not sure if he's considering swapping goalies or not. He still has his helmet off at the moment. He's putting it back on. Good to see him skate around. Here's he's going to stay in. It's another penalty they called after that. So 5-on-3 hockey. They take a player off finally there. So after that scrum, Minnesota ends up with the second penalty. So 1:05 on the first penalty, a fresh 2 minutes on the second one. 5-on-3 hockey here for Kansas City. Hargadon to take the face-off with Howard and JC. Weisner and Barron on defense. 5-on-3 for the next minute 5 unless Kansas City scores. Hargadon wins the face-off. Over to JC. JC plays it back to Weisner. Over to Barron. Barron back to Weisner. Weisner back to Barron. Down low looking for Hargadon just above the face-off circle. Hargadon circling around. Play it down into the slot looking for a wrist shot. Didn't get through the traffic. Ricocheted wide off the defense. They'll play it up and off the glass. They clear the zone. Barron chasing after it. 40 seconds remaining on the two-man advantage. Barron, long outlet pass looking for JC. JC trying to get around some traffic. Poke checked away, though, by the Mustangs at center ice. JC digs it out. 2-on-2. Hargadon and JC across the blue line. Howard in tow. Quick shot trying to get a rebound. It bounces into the near corner. Hargadon picks it up. He'll circle around. He'll play it over to Barron. Barron down low looking for Weisner. Weisner looking for a cross-ice pass in the back door there through the slot, but picked off by the Mustangs. They flip it up and out of the zone. 5 seconds remaining on penalty number 1. That'll kill that off. 1 minute remaining on the second penalty to the Mustangs. 5-on-4. Loose puck right in front. Rebound. Hargadon there skating past it. Cleared out by the Mustangs. Weisner back checking. KC trying to get another good rush going before this penalty is over. Barron digs it out behind his own net. He'll skate it up the left side. Long pass off the boards for JC. JC dumps it in just below the blue line. Howard heading back to the bench. Smith on the ice with Johnson and Logan Weisner. Mustangs play it through some traffic up through center ice. Barron and Weisner back on defense. Johnson back checking with Smith. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Centering pass turned aside. Another centering pass. Just kicked out of the crease. Picked up by Logan Weisner now. Skates it up the right side. Weisner has Johnson skating with him. Just across the blue line. Pass to Johnson just out of his reach. Johnson picks up the loose puck, circling around. Full strength for both teams. Johnson, flip pass. One-timer for Logan Weisner. Didn't get a good stick on it. Goes behind the net. Long outlet pass by the Mustangs. Goes all the way through center ice. Powell back checking for Kansas City. He beats his man to the puck. Circles behind Stutzer. Backhand pass over to Hill. Hill plays it ahead to Johnson. Johnson and Smith skating through center ice. Johnson pulls it back, skates around some traffic. Pass over to Logan Weisner. Quick shot, doesn't get through, hits a defenseman. They try to clear it out. Loose puck picked up by Smith. Smith, a tough angle shot, and he scores! Gunnar Smith picks up the loose puck, buries it top left corner. KC's tied it up. Full strength goal. The penalty had been killed off. A two-man advantage had been killed off. Eventually, KC picks up the puck below the blue line, though. A quick shot by Kansas City. The rebound kicked out to Gunnar Smith. And a quick snapshot. He beats the goalie over the left shoulder, over his right shoulder, left side of the net. KC has tied it up. Smith with the second goal of the game. Play it back to Hill. Hill chips it ahead for Myers. Comes back through center ice. Again intercepted by Hill. Hill plays it off the boards for Myers again. Myers chips it down low. Smith chasing after him. Circling behind the Mustangs net. Dungy there along with Myers. Dungy trying to play it back to the point. Tied up with the Mustangs player. They dig it out and clear the zone. Kyle and Hill back on defense for Kansas City. Myers back checking on the left side. We're going to get a tripping call here. Kansas City touches it up. Stick check. Kind of looked like a player lost an edge. KC will get the tripping call there. Myers goes to the bench.
Take it off, Dash. Let's go, Black. Stay tough.
Yeah, I just watched the replay. Stick check from behind. Myers trips up Mustang player. He'll head to the bench. KC on the penalty kill. 7:36 remaining. Smith will take the face-off. Bakta is your other forward. Barron and McClin on defense for the penalty kill. Mustangs control the face-off. Quick pass over to the back door. Quick shot. They shoot it high, wide, and right. Karam's off the glass and back to the left D. They play it over the right D, trying to set up a shot. Back to the left D and now down low. Back out high to the point. A slide to the center looking for a shot. Smith pursuing along with Bakta on the near side. Quick shot flutters all the way into the net. Stick saved by Stutzer. They play it down low. Trying to set something up. Back to the left D. Quick shot. Blocked. Barron got a stick on it, I think, or maybe a skate. It kicks into the near corner. 1:20 remaining on the penalty kill for Kansas City. Mustangs play it back to the point. Now to the left side. Down low and back to the right D. Quick shot, right on target, saved by Stutzer, and he hangs on to it. Great play by Stutzer.
Ready to go, Max.
KC will switch up the lines here. Hill and Weisner come on for the penalty kill on defense. Logan Weisner and Johnson are your forwards. Mustangs control it. Centering pass kicked aside by Logan Weisner. Glove down on the ice. Saved by Stutzer. There's a red glove on the ice. Mustangs player had lost a glove. He picks that up. Glove saved by Stutzer. We'll get another face-off. 59 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Face-off won by Johnson. Plays it over to Hill. Hill slides it behind his own net. But picked up by the Mustangs. They play it back to the point. Cleared out by Weisner, just off target, trying to get it right on target there. Kill some time, but just wide of the net, so icing call brings another face-off down in front of Stutzer. 46 seconds remaining on the penalty. Face-off picked up by Johnson. Johnson up the right side. KC shorthanded, but a 2-on-2 rush here. Johnson chips it around some traffic. Down to the face-off circle. Trying to get a shot. Flutters right through the crease. He got tipped by a Mustangs player. Just bounced right through the crease. Mustangs cleared up the center ice. Skating around some traffic. Johnson back checking. Good poke check there by Johnson. Weisner to his brother and back to Landon Weisner. Good give and go there from brothers Weisner. Landon around some traffic, quick snapshot, and he scores! Landon Weisner with the goal. Shorthanded with 15 seconds remaining on the penalty. KC goes up 3-2. Weisner to Weisner, back to Weisner. Landon scores over the goalie's shoulder, and KC's on top. Still 15 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Weisner and Barron on defense. Locked in, Smith are your forwards. Mustangs win the faceoff. They play it back to the left D. Over the blue line, but an errant pass kicked aside by Weisner. They picked the puck up though. Quick shot off the side of the net. Net fluttered and it went back behind the net. Karam's into the near corner. Smith trying to clear it out. He does. He picks up the puck and plays it over to Barron. Barron backhands it into the zone, heads back to the bench for a line change as Bogdan Smith. Goalie covers it up. We'll get a stoppage in play here, and we're back to full strength. KC has killed it off. We'll get a face-off here in the offensive zone for Kansas City. Hargadine, JC, and Howard are your forwards. McLennan and Barron on defense. Mustangs control the face-off. They'll play it back down behind their own net. Circling around in their own zone. Mustangs push it up. A good poke check by Hargadine. Hargadine and Howard in the zone. Hargadine around one player down to the face-off circle. Poke checked away. He was trying to pull it back for a pass. Mustangs touch it up. KC will go on the power play here as Hargadine was taken down. .5:04 remaining in the period. KC goes on the power play. See if they can add to their lead here. Loose puck kicked back for Barron. Barron down the face-off circle, looking for a snapshot. Saved by the goalie, kicks into the corner. Hargadine digs it out. Hargadine circling around, trying to set it up back to Barron on the point. Looked like a good pass. He's down in the face-off circle, plays it back to Landon Weisner. Shot, glove save, and he hangs on to it. Weisner trying to snipe there from inside the face-off circle. Glove save by the Mustangs goalie. Will get a face-off on the far circle.
Good puck movement, KC. Keep it up.
1:38 remaining on the power play. Hargadine wins a face-off. Back to Weisner. Weisner over to Barron on the left side. Barron trying to get around, finding a shooting lane. He'll take it down low. All the way behind the net, back to JC. Back over to Weisner. Barron is floated back here to the left point again, looking for a shooting lane. He play it down low. One-timer for Hargadine. Blocker save. This puck picked up by the Mustangs. They try to clear it out. Kept right at the blue line. Bounces out of the zone, though. Weisner picks it up. KC back on side. Plays it over to Hargadine. Hargadine down in the slot. Pulls it back, looking for a shot. Loose puck in front. And he scores! JC buries it. KC up 4-2. Loose puck in front. Hargadine gets through the initial rush. Kicked out by the Mustangs goalie, and JC was there to bury it. Power play goal for Kansas City. 2-goal lead for Kansas City. I'm going to get ahead of myself here. The referees are discussing something. See if they're going to wave it off or not. They've got 4-2 on the scoreboard. They've taken the penalty off the scoreboard. Let's see what they end up deciding. Well, they've got the door open. I'm not sure if there was trying to call a penalty or what. Well, they close the penalty door. Goal stands. Face off at center ice. KC up 4-2. KC controls the face-off. Comes back to Hill. Hill trying to backhand it over. Looking for Brown. Tied up with some Mustangs on the far boards. No clear possession, and finally dug out by the Mustangs. Mustangs circling behind the net, trying to get a centering pass, but tied up behind by the KC defense. Smith dugs it out. Smith pushes it up for Dungy on the left side. Trying to chip it around some traffic, tied up with two Mustang players here. Mustangs dig it out, and they play it over the left side. Quick shot, wide behind Stutzer. Picked up by Powell. Powell trying to play it ahead to Dungy, but kept alive by the Mustangs. We got a penalty coming up, delayed call here. Penalty on Kansas City. Kansas City trying to touch it up. They do. They don't blow it dead. They touch it up there. There's another whistle, or there's another possession, I should say, and they blow it dead. 3:11 remaining here. KC will go on the penalty kill. Let's see who they get for the infraction. Not sure what the call is. We'll see who they send to the box. They've got Powell going to the box. Did not see the indication from the referee on what kind of penalty it was called, but KC will have to kill off a penalty here with 3:11 remaining in the second.
Go Black, other end of the ring. Stay true.
Johnson will take the face-off. Logan Weisner, your other forward. Landon Weisner and Hill are your defensemen. Johnson trying to clear the zone, but kept in at the point by the Mustangs. They'll play it over to the left side. Back to the right D, trying to find a shooting lane. Shot on target, kicked aside by Stutzer. The stick save. Mustangs circling around the rebound into the slot, trying to get a shot. Not sure if it went off the side of the net or if it got through to Stutzer. They play it back to the right D, back to the left D, trying to find a shot from the blue line. Glove save by Stutzer, and he hangs on to it. 1:30 remaining in the penalty kill for KC. Johnson to take the face-off.
Let's go Black.
And they'll toss out the centers. Logan Weisner to take the face-off now. Mustangs win it back to the point, but just out of reach of the right D. They'll have to regroup. Puck trickles into the neutral zone.
Go get him, go get him.
Johnson with good forecheck pressure. Mustangs into the zone. And we got a penalty here.
He has the puck.
We got Weisner, I think, on a boarding call or a cross-check. Yep, they get a cross-check for Weisner. So Weisner joins Powell in the box. Minute 14 remaining on the penalty to Powell. KC 5-on-3 now, down 2 men.
Let's go. Clear it out. Clear it
Smith
out.
to take the face-off.
Other end of the ring. Black,
Loose
other
puck
end
dug
of the
out
ring.
by the Mustangs. They play it back to the blue line. Over to the left D. Back to the right D. Left D pitches down inside the face-off circle. Quick snapshot saved by Stutzer. Second attempt cleared out by the KC defense. Weisner trying to clear it out, kept in at the blue line. They'll circled around for Hill.
Other end of the ring. Black.
Hill tied up in the near boards. Mustangs come away with it down to the face-off circle. They play it down low, back high, back to the point.
No.
Shot on target, saved by Stutzer. 42 seconds remaining on the penalty. They get some offsetting penalties here. They'll send number 5, I think. No, 70. I thought I only saw one number on the arms.
3 in the box. Got to be kidding.
Offsetting penalties. A Mustang player and Hill go to the box. Hill, Powell, and Logan Weisner in the box for Kansas City. The last penalty, though, was an offsetting minor, so it's still 5-on-3 advantage for Minnesota.
Let's go, KC. Other end of the ring.
Mustangs control the face-off. Top of the circle. Quick shot saved by Stutzer. Cleared out by Barron. It comes right back to the point. Another shot. Blocked by the traffic. Goes wide right. Mustangs regroup. They play it back to the left D.
Spread it out. Spread it out.
Doesn't get through, blocked by Smith. Mustangs trying to set up a second shot, D to D, back to the left side, back to the right side. Quick snapshot, glove save by Stutzer. Face off in the Kansas City zone. 18 seconds remaining on the penalty to Powell. Smith ties up his man. Barron picks up the puck and sends it all the way down the ice. Burns off some more clock. KC trying to get back to 5-on-4 penalty kill in 4 more seconds. Mustangs hold up at center ice just long enough to burn off that penalty. Powell back on the ice for Kansas City. 5-on-4 now. Powell and Barron on the ice for the defensive unit. Smith and Landon Weisner are the forwards. Landon Weisner plays it over to Smith, just out of his reach. Smith overskated it momentarily, but it's picked up by Landon Weisner. He gets onto the red line and dumps it in. 20 seconds remaining on the second penalty. KC is almost killed off a 2-man disadvantage. Centering pass for the Mustangs slides all the way through center ice. Barron chips it ahead to Smith. Smith trying to get around some traffic, kept in though it by the Mustangs. Offsides call. The Mustangs trying to get an odd man rush there, but offsides call. 4 seconds remaining on the penalty to Logan Weisner. .28 seconds remaining in the period. 4 seconds to get back to full strength. Johnson taking the face-off with Bakta. Barron and McClin are your defensemen. KC wins a face-off over to Barron. Barron chips it into center ice. Loose puck picked up by Johnson. One-on-one break here. Johnson down to the face-off circle. Quick shot, glove save by the Mustangs goalie. 20 seconds remaining. Face-off in the offensive zone for Kansas City, and they've killed off the 2-man disadvantage. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Johnson, Bakta, and Weisner are your forwards. Barron and McClin on defense. 20 seconds remaining. Loose puck dug out by Weisner. Slides through the crease and picked up by the Mustangs. Bakta ties up his man. Weisner there as well. The Mustangs come away with it. 10 seconds remaining. Barron and McClin back on D. Johnson back checking. Mustangs fire a slap shot blocked by Weisner. Kicked back out by Barron. 3 seconds remaining. Weisner got upended. That's the end of the period. KC heads into the third with a 2-goal advantage. 14 minutes to play. And this is the final intermission of the season.
Zip it! I know it. Michael! Well, the rest of us are. John, who was all in the box?
Powell, Logan Weisner, and Cannon Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that was the offsetting one. He and another Mustang went off together. Yeah. Pardon? Yeah, oh yeah, it's good. It's my last intermission of the season. I'm getting a little nostalgic here.
Capture your voice cracking.
Yeah, you can hear the emotion in it. Game number 52. That's what this one is.
It is.
This is 52 right here.
And we start fresh with a penalty.
All right, the boys break. The final time of the season.
Go, boys!
Head back. Stick tap, Stutzer. Offsetting penalties again here. Hill in the box, along with another Mustang. 2 Mustangs in the box.
Play your game!
KC will start the third to the man advantage. Hargadon to take the face-off. JC and Howard are your wingers. Mustangs control the face-off. They'll play it off the boards. Into the Kansas City zone, but tipped, no icing. Barron chasing after. He'll chip it over behind the net, over to Weisner. Weisner circling around, evades some traffic. play it up the left side. Not out, kept in at the point. Quick shot saved by Stutzer. Kicked aside. Barron chips it up the boards looking for JC. JC trying to clear it out of the zone. Stick check by the Mustangs, slow him down, but he gets it away. Over to Howard. Howard and Hargadine across the blue line. Drop pass for Barron. Barron down to the face-off circle. Fanned on it, trying to take a snapshot. Puck trickles behind the net. Hargadine battling behind the net. He'll come away with it. Hargadine plays it back to the point for Barron. Drop pass for Hargadine. Back down to Barron in the face-off circle. Quick snapshot. Goes off Howard's skate, I think, and kicks into the near corner. Picked up by Landon Weisner. Weisner circling around. We'll play it back to the top for Hargadine. Over to the left side for Barron. Back down low for Weisner in the face-off circle. Backdoor pass looking for Hargadine. Shot it and it kicked wide. Blocked by the defense. Hargadine picks up the loose puck. He'll circle behind the net. He'll play it back to Barron down inside the face-off circle. Quick snapshot, glove save. Goalie hangs on to it. We'll get a face-off here with 41 seconds remaining in the power play for Kansas City. Smith will take the face-off. Johnson and Weisner on your other forwards. Barron and Landon Weisner on defense. Smith plays it back to the point for Landon Weisner. Back to the left side for Barron. Down low. He finds Johnson. Drop pass for Barron. Shot looking for a rebound right in front. Loose puck trying to stuff it in. Smith is there and he gets it in. Goal by Smith. And that's a hat trick for Gunnar Smith. KC stretches its lead to 5-2 on the power play goal. Smith with the third goal of the game for Gunnar Smith. Smith will stay on the ice and take the face-off. Myers and Bach are the wingers. Back to full strength are the Mustangs. They dump it in the Kansas City zone, but turned aside by Hill. Kept into the point, though. Mustangs trying to get a shot down in the slot. Blocked by Hill. It comes back to the point, another shot. Flutters high over after the stick check by Smith and lands behind the net. Powell trying to dig it out. Trying to get around the referee, was in the way. Mustangs will play it back to the right point. Back down low in the face-off circle. Loose puck right in front. Block saved by Stutzer. Got a lot of action after the whistle here. Looks like they're going to do offsetting penalties here. Bach to the box for Kansas City. Number 16 going to the box for the Mustangs. Missing a player here for Kansas City. 5-on-5 hockey. Here comes Logan Weisner, hops over the boards. Smith, Logan Weisner, and Myers are your forwards. Powell and Hill on defense. Just under 12 minutes remaining in the game. KC up 5-2. Powell slides it around the corner behind his own net, into the far corner, I should say, but not out. Kept in by Mustangs. Into the shooting lane, down the slot, quick shot, and they score over Stutzer's left side of the net, over his blocker's shoulder. Mustangs got all the way down into the slot, clear shooting lane. Quick snapshot over Stutzer's right side, and they've cut the lead down to 2, 5-3 now. Johnson, Dungy, and Brown are your forwards. Powell and Hill on defense. 11.5 minutes remaining. Mustangs control the face-off. They play it up the right side. Chip it into the Kansas City zone, but Hill is there. He bangs it right back to center ice. Mustangs offsides. Player was streaking back, received the pass in the zone. Offsides for the Mustangs. Another face-off just in front of the Kansas City bench.
Let's go,
Casey wins a face-off. They play it over to Powell. Powell bangs it off the boards, trying to get it up to Brown, but intercepted by the Mustangs in center ice. Mustangs dump it in. Good stick check there by Powell as the Mustangs are trying to center it. Brown digs it out. Brown and Johnson trying to clear it out, kept in at the point. Loose puck right in front. Good stick check by Hill. He ties up his man. Looked like an opportunity there for a shot, but Hill ties up his man. He'll come away with it, sends it over looking for Powell. Mustangs come away with it in a centering pass. Can't get it out. Quick shot, blocked. Johnson got a hand on it, fluttered over the net. Another centering pass turned aside by Powell. Brown and Powell in the corner. Powell comes away with it, trying to clear it out. Poke check though by the Mustangs, prevented the clear. Mustangs trying to get a centering pass, comes up to Dungy, and Dungy clears it out of the zone. Line change, Kansas City. Weisner and Phillips on for defense. Hargadine and Howard. Forward line for Kansas City. Centering pass over to the Mustangs. Top of the slot shot, and they score. Mustangs with 2 quick goals, both above the blocker's side, top left corner of the net, and they've cut it down to 1. A 5-2 lead is quickly now cut down to 5-4 in just about a minute's time. Hargadine, Howard, and JC are your forwards. Mustangs control the faceoff. Over the blue line, trying to get a pass over the back door again, down in the face-off dot. They'll play it back to the left point. Centering pass picked off by Howard. Howard streaking ahead. He's got Hargadine. He plays it up on the left side to Hargadine. Poke check by the Mustangs. They'll right at the blue line, breaks up the rush. They'll play it back to Phillips. Phillips over to Weisner. Weisner off the boards, trying to find JC. Turns, fires it. No icing. It was below the red line. Hargadine behind the net. JC there as well. Mustangs trying to clear it out. They'll bring it up the left side. Centering pass picked off by Weisner. Weisner plays it back to Phillips. Phillips up the boards, trying to get a bouncing pass over to Howard, just out of his reach. Goes back inside the Mustang zone. They'll dump it all the way down. Icing call against the Mustangs. That'll bring the face-off down in front of the Mustangs' goal with 9:22 remaining. Smith wins the face-off, comes back to McClin. McClin will play it down low. Circles around behind the net, looking for Smith, but just out of his reach. Mustangs scoop it up and clear the zone. Through center ice. Outlet pass. Weisner back checking, does a good job to break up that pass. Weisner ties up his man. McClin there as well. Smith comes away with it, he'll bang it off the boards. Not quite out of the zone, kept in by the Mustangs. McClin and Weisner on the far side, trying to clear the zone. Smith trying to chip it up. Tied up by the Mustangs right in front of the Kansas City bench. Loose puck gets kicked out by the Kansas City defense. Mustangs regroup at center ice. Quickly back into Kansas City zone. Stick check by Barron, shot on target. Stick save by Stutzer. It bounced up into his chest and he hangs onto it. 8.5 minutes remaining. Take the face-off.
Strong here, Black. Strong.
Myers and Logan Weisner are your forwards. Smith wins it back to Powell. Powell picks it up behind his own net, circling behind Stutzer. Poke checked away by the Mustangs, and Hill comes away with it. Hill chips it up to Myers. Myers streaking out of the zone, trying to play it on the center ice over to Smith. Poke check over to Landon or Logan Weisner. Logan Weisner free and clear, quick shot. Saved by the Mustangs goalie. Good puck movement there. They get it over to the left side to Logan Weisner. Quick snapshot. Right into the belly of the goalie, hangs onto it. Johnson to take the face-off now. Controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs pick it up behind their net, trying to play it up and out of the zone, but kept in by Dungy. Dungy trying to get a centering pass into the slot, looking for Johnson. Loose puck kicked aside by the defense. Dungy keeps it alive below the blue line. Good job by Dungy to keep it alive. He'll chip it down low, looking for Johnson. Johnson and Bacta in the corner. Mustangs come away with it, but a good poke check by Dungy. Comes back on the stick of Johnson, fires a shot. Got tipped, goes over the glass. Johnson picks up his own rebound. Trying to play it back to Powell. Slap shot from Powell. Tip right in front. Loose puck. Bacta took a backhand crack at it. Just went wide left. Good opportunity there for Kansas City. No boarding call there. Johnson got upended, check from behind, and no call there. Powell picks up the loose puck at center ice. Trying to get back onside. Offsides call as Johnson just barely back on his feet. Surprised no call there. Johnson got leveled into the boards. Got back to his feet just as Powell was streaking into the zone, but not quite fast enough. Offsides call, 7:28 remaining there. Phillips and Weisner on defense. Hargadine to take the face off with JC and Howard. Loose puck picked up by JC. He'll play it back to Phillips. Phillips plays it up the right side, not through the traffic. It's picked off in the neutral zone. They'll dump it right back in. Weisner picks it up behind Stutzer. Weisner plays it up to JC. Trying to get a little touch pass around some traffic over to Hargadine. Loose puck at center ice. Weisner comes away with it. Weisner trying to get around some traffic. Stick check by the Mustangs, but picked up by Howard. He plays it over to JC right in front, and it slides right into the crease. Casey just couldn't quite get a good handle on it, but they kept moving it forward. Pushed it all the way into the zone, and it slid into the crease, covered up by the Mustangs goalie. .7:01 remaining. Loose puck right in front. JC took a crack at it. Stick check by the Mustangs, though, sends it wide right. Mustangs behind their own net. Trying to play it up and out of the zone. Almost kept in by Howard. Mustangs clear the zone. Howard digs it out, trying to play it around some traffic. Tied up on the boards, though, by the Mustangs. Mustangs flip it into the zone. Poke check there by Kansas City, and Howard clears it right back out. 6.5 minutes remaining. Outlet pass to the right side. Hargadine chasing after it. Good job by Hargadine. Trying to play it out of the zone. Good stick check, breaks up the rush. Mustangs dump it in, but Phillips is there. He'll backhand it behind his own net. JC picks it up. Plays it over to Hargadine. Mustangs player loses an edge. Hargadine skates past him. Hargadine will flip a little fluttering shot right on target. Heading back to the bench for a line change. Mustangs goalie hangs on to it. We get a face-off here with 6:09 remaining. Smith will take the face-off. Weisner and Brown on the wings. Barron and McClin on defense. Loose puck eventually picked up by Brown. Brown circling down in the corner. Centering pass right in front. Loose puck in front. Smith shot. Glove save. I don't know how the goalie got a glove on that. Smith was point blank right in front. Great save by the Mustangs goalie.
It's right there, Black.
Casey wins the face-off back to Barron. Quick shot by Barron. Goes off the stick of a Mustangs defenseman. Mustangs pick it up. They clear the zone. Quick outlet pass on the left side. Barron and McClin back for Kansas City. Offsides on the Mustangs. That'll bring the face-off back outside the zone.
Push it, boys. You guys want it. Big feet, big hands.
Face-off control by the Mustangs. They'll play it over to the right side. Chipped off the glass. And into the zone, trying to set something up. Shot goes all the way through the crease. Aaron Smith and Brown here on the near side. 3 Mustangs and 3 KC hockey players. Dug out by the Mustangs. Poke check by Barron, though. Another shot goes off Weisner. Logan Weisner with the block. A second shot right in front. Scooped out by McClin. Saved by Stutzer, and McClin clears it out. Long outlet pass for the Mustangs. They enter the Kansas City zone on the left side. Stick check by Johnson. Myers is there as well. Down to the face-off circle. Centering pass blocked by McClin. McClin plays it off the glass, trying to get it ahead to Smith. Just out of his reach, though, and the Mustangs send it back in. Offsides call. The player was streaking back. Not in time, though. Stoppage in play here with 4:51 remaining.
Keep it up, Black. Keep it up. Let's go, Casey. You got it. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Face-off controlled by Kansas City. Powell plays it off the board looking for Myers, just out of his reach and sent back by the Mustangs. Turned right back around by Powell. Right on the blue line, trying to keep it alive. Stick check by the Mustangs. Hill is the only man back for Kansas City. Great back check by Powell. A good stick check there. He interrupts the rush. Great effort to recover there by Powell. He played around to Smith. Touch pass over to Powell. Powell streaking ahead. He's got Johnson and Myers in tow. He plays it back into center ice for Myers. Shot right in front. It just trickled out of his... They play on. They don't have it covered up. Now they're going to blow the whistle. Might be some action resulting in penalties here. They're going to take number 9, it looks like, and maybe Myers as well. They love the offsetting penalties here. Myers goes to the bench. 5-on-5 hockey, offsetting penalties. Hargadine will take the face-off with Howard and JC. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Hargadine wins a face-off over to JC. JC turns around, fires it below the net. Trying to find Hargadine, but picked up by a Mustangs player. Poke check by JC, picks his pocket. Trying to get a centering pass. JC carries it behind the net. Circling around the Mustangs net, drop pass right in front. Puck wasn't covered up. Let's see what they're going to call here. I don't know if he just lost sight of the puck, thought it was covered up. Quick whistle. Puck was in front of the goalie, not covered, but he blew it dead. Hargadine wins the face-off over to Howard. Back to the point for Hill. Hill dumps it down low, circling behind the net, looking for Hargadine, working behind the net. Plays it over. Tough angle shot right there by JC, but slid right through the crease. Good shot. Good pass from Hargadine to JC. Hargadine picks it up, plays it back to the point for Hill. Hill back down low. JC behind the net. Trying to get it back over to Hargadine. Hargadine working behind the net, back up to the face-off circle. Plays it back down low for Howard. Howard and JC in the near corner, but poke checked away by the Mustangs. Outlet pass. Smith on the ice, Hill back, along with Powell. Mustangs carried on the right side. Centering pass, nobody there. Comes back to the point. Shot blocked by Howard. Mustangs dump it back down low. Hill and Powell back to Kansas City's defense in the corner. Good stick check there by Smith. Smith comes away with it. He'll play it off the boards. Clears the zone back to center ice. Smith picks up the clearing attempt right at center ice. Jumps into the zone. Forced to the right side. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Smith and working in the near corner. He'll circle behind the Mustangs net. Carrying it around. Trying to get it back to the point. Poke check by the Mustangs. They will agree. Another good poke check by JC, though. Fires a shot on target. Saved by the goalie. Hang on to that. We'll get a face-off. Just as soon as the Mustangs stole it, JC stole it right back. Fired a quick shot. The goalie covered it up. .238 remaining. JC controls the face-off after a little scrum. The loose puck trickles into the crease, but kicked aside by the Mustangs. Weisner pinches down, sends it around behind the net. All the way around for his brother Logan Weisner. Back over to Johnson. Johnson back on his feet, plays the puck. Tied up in the corner with two Mustangs. Logan Weisner there as well. Puck squirts out behind the Mustangs net. And they try to clear it out, but good job by Logan Weisner. Plays it back down low to Johnson. Johnson trying to get a pass over to the right side. He gets it over to Landon Weiser. He'll dump it down low behind the net. Working behind the net is Smith. Smith fighting through some traffic. Under 2 minutes remaining. Weiser back to his brother Landon. Landon dumps it down low. Circling around looking for Johnson. Johnson will play it back to the point for Barons. Shot tip right in front. Loose puck. Smith trying to get a crack at it. Covered up by the goalie. Barron and Weisner on defense. Smith will take the face-off with Logan, Weisner, and Johnson. Mustangs control the face-off, trying to break it up the left side here. Back checking is Johnson. Mustangs enter on the right side. They'll dump it into Kansas City zone. Keep an eye on that net. 90 seconds remaining in the contest. Johnson picks up the puck, clears the zone. Chasing after it, 1:15 remaining. Mustangs regroup in their own zone. Stick check by Weisner. Great job by Weisner to break that rush up. Good back check by Weisner. Puck trickles into the corner. Landon Weisner picks it up behind his own net. He'll play it around for Barron. Empty net for the Mustangs. Barron trying to chip it down. Bachta's got an empty net in front of him. Blocked. Shot blocked by the Mustangs defenseman who was back in time. Bachta does a great job to keep it down. Hargadine there fires a shot on target and they score! Icing on the cake, empty net goal. Hargadine, Casey's up 6-4. Tense moments here late in the game as the Mustangs cut it down to 1 goal, but KC puts an empty netter in to stretch it back to a 2-goal lead with 37 seconds remaining. Mustangs goalie is back in the net. 5-on-5 hockey, half a minute remaining. A great way to finish the season if the boys can pull it off here. JC back to Hargadine in the slot. Howard right in front, trying to get a shot. He plays it over, looking for Hargadine to poke checked away by the Mustangs. Mustangs break it out the other direction. Powell and Hill back on D. JC back checking. They get in the slot. Shot wide left. 12 seconds remaining. JC trying to clear it out. He gets it up to Powell at center ice. Outside the blue line. Chip back in. Offsides call here. We'll get a face-off with 5 seconds remaining in the contest. Hargadine to take the face-off with Howard and JC. JC controls it. JC spins around, fires it at center ice. And that'll do it. Kansas City wins it. They take the title in this Omaha tournament to finish out the season. Great way to finish it. A win for Eager this morning, a win for Stutzer this afternoon. Kansas City takes the tournament title here in Omaha. 52nd game of the season. KC ends up with 2 wins on the day, a tournament win, and a great way to finish out the year. It's been an absolute blast calling all these games and traveling around with these families. Definitely miss it when it's gone. Have some summer hockey coming up, but the regular season has officially come to an end for the Kansas City Hockey Club 12U Pee-wees. Some summer hockey in April for a lot of these boys, some in May, and some in July. The official tournaments here for the Pure Edge team, those who are playing, would be 1 in Chicago and 1 in Duluth, Minnesota. Chicago in April, Duluth in July. In addition to some other tournament teams a few of these boys play on that'll have them scattered around during the summer, but this will be the last time this group is officially together. Great way to finish it. Coach John Scott Dixon there walking off the ice after the boys finish up their win. Hargadine with one final sprint off the ice. 6-4 your final. Kansas City wins it. We'll see you next season.